This is a glimpse into the mind of Jack Talcott, into the psyche, into the psychosis that is Jack Talcott. He looks pale and pasty, like he should be in a casket. He looks like a corpse. Look at this. Look at this vegan on a starvation diet, eating seeds and nuts, trying to survive on that, without milk and eggs and cheese, and meat, especially eggs and meat. Look at this. Look at him. Just look at him. I think he's going psychotic. He has delusions of grandeur. He believes that he's meant to speak with the Pope and Donald Trump, the president. He believes that he's destined to hang out with billionaires at their parties. He believes that he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. He has delusions of grandeur. And if you examine the way he treats people, it's atrocious. It's atrocious.
And I'm pretty sure the good guys win, because that's the way it was made. What you're saying, this is what I was reminded of. I really didn't get a good education in this when I went through the school system, but the history of America, Zach he's looked into a lot of history, but it was the experiment. America and this democracy, this democratized republic, was the experimentation.
Zach is a fraud, and he knows I see through him. He's a human blowfish. He's a grifter. He's a fraud. He'll make these blowfish lips. Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a grifter. He doesn't know what this world is. He'll lie for money. Don't trust him.
For the world. Can the people rule themselves without royal masters? Well, kind of like the stories in the Bible with the Israelites or the Jews, where they wanted a king. And so we've kind of reimposed this king mindset. I haven't been paying attention to the politics in Britain. I really don't know what's going on outside.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy at the minute. The Prime Minister we've got at the moment, I can't see being in office for very much longer because of the scandals. It's nothing like it. It's not like paedophilia or anything like that. It's nothing scandalous. It's just he's not fit for the job. Simple as that. And we've gone through 3 prime ministers. We went through Richard Sunak, a lady, and I can't remember her name. That's how it is. We've gone through 3 prime ministers within 8 years.
Theresa May. Same initials.
Theresa May. Thank you very much. Theresa May. I couldn't even remember her name, and I'm British, and that was my prime minister for, what was it, 3 weeks or 3 months or something like that?
From Margaret
Thatcher. Perfect ritual for the installation of Boris Johnson, the other bad barbershop brother with all the parallels.
And Boris Johnson as well. Yeah, Boris Johnson. I forgot about Boris Johnson.
Please.
Sorry, Jack.
Yes, please let him finish. These characters here, regardless of where we are, if we are in the free world, we need to do more. It's time for us to get control of our governments, get the governments to get control of the corporations. That includes the banks. Here in America, we're watching the greatest transfer of wealth ever recorded. And there's evidence, like in our just a few moments ago, we were talking about some of the mysteries of the past. There are so many mysteries of the past because knowledge is eternal. Wisdom, the ideas, the good ideas, they're always here. I actually think that's why the story of Jesus with the one born of a virgin, sacrificed, and the 12 disciples, I actually think that's why
It's interesting how he has the lion laying down with the lamb. That's no longer in your Bible, dummy. That has been Mandela affected. That's a Mandela effect. It is now the wolf will dwell, and the wolf will dwell with the lamb. It's been changed a few times, but it's not lion will lay with the lamb or lie with the lamb. It's wolf will dwell. It's been changed, Jack. But you don't look into Mandela effects. You just yap for a couple hours a day on YouTube, and the rest of your time online seems to be chatting with losers on their panels. You're not a researcher. You're not a thinker. You have the dead eyes and the dead stare of a psychopath. I see what you are. I see what you are. You don't look into very many things. You'll spend years saying you should look into that. You haven't looked into what I talk about on my channel either, but you haven't looked into the Mandela effect. You haven't looked into anything that's really going on in this realm. You just have delusions of grandeur that you're going to be on the world stage, world famous Jack Talcott, speaking with President Trump and Elon Musk and the Pope and the Vatican and the Billionaires Club and be with royalty. That's your dream, and you think it will impress your son, and your son will call you saying, "Dad, I'm so proud of you." You're delusional. You're absolutely delusional.
The story is repeated over and over because it's a great idea with all the answers we need.
Losers. Jack Talcott.
Was that Stephen by any chance?
It includes the banks. Here in America, we're watching the greatest transfer of wealth ever recorded. And there's evidence, like in our just a few moments ago, we were talking about some of the mysteries of the past. There are so many mysteries of the past because knowledge is eternal. Wisdom, the ideas, the good ideas, they're always here. I actually think that's why the story of Jesus with the one born of a virgin, sacrificed, and the 12 disciples, I actually think that's why the story is repeated over and over. Because it's a great idea with all the answers we need.
Losers. Jack Talcott.
Was that Stephen by any chance?
It was. I didn't double check. I made the assumption that was Goblin, but clearly not.
What is...
Well, that was Goblin, but he had Taco Bell. To be fair, he had Taco Bell, and he had some gas. He tried to keep those farts subtle, not like... But your show stinks. Your show absolutely stinks. And you go on yapping about yourself, Jack Talcott. You can't stand it when other guests talk unless they have big channels. And then you think, well, I'll let them talk a little bit if they got 50 or 60,000 subs or 100,000. I got to let these people talk because they're a bigger channel. That's the way your mind works. You see people as basically stepping stones and ways to use them. You're such a psychopath. You're so stinky and smelly. You stink. You stink. Most people would rather be in an elevator with a homeless bum farting his ass off, ripping farts, and be with you. Look at you. Ugh. Ugh. Stinky. Stinky Jack Talcott. Skid mark, they called him in school. His Mama Cott said that they called little Jackie boy Skid Mark. Look at this guy, Zach. He's trying to fight off laughing. That's what they do. They hold back on your show. No one could be themselves on your show. They have to hold back their laughter reactions. They have to, because little angry Jack Talcott, little angry Skid Mark will get angry and kick you off his show if you laugh or say or react a way that he doesn't like. It's like walking on eggshells over there. That's the way you run your show, as a petty little tyrant. A petty little tyrant. That's what you are. Look at his face. He shows what he is.
Stephen's issue with you, I'm yet.
Check. I made the assumption that was Goblin, but clearly not.
What is Stephen's issue with you? I'm yet to understand what the issue is.
My suspicion is probably jealousy. He's insecure, and he's very.
That's you. That's you, Jack. You're the one that's insecure. You can't have a conversation when I come up using my name. You have me banned. You won't tell the truth. You have my accounts banned. You don't want a conversation. You can't handle different views. You're weak. You're insecure. That's you. Look at him lying here.
Very manipulative, and I think he's used to controlling others, but
That's
he can't
you.
control me. He
That's
thinks he's outsmarted me.
You can't control me, and I have outsmarted you many times on your show. I will continue to outsmart you.
He's insecure, and he's very manipulative, and I think he's used to controlling others, but he can't control me. He thinks he's outsmarted me, but his fascination is he doesn't understand.
Seems like a very healthy person, though, that goes for walks every day and looks at the natural life and he's chilled out. And do you know what I mean?
He's laughing out of insecurity. There's nothing funny about that, but he's laughing because that's his insecure, awkward laugh. He doesn't know how to react, so he laughs it off when someone speaks the truth about me being a healthy person. I'm strong and healthy. How about arm wrestling me for $1,000, Jack Talcott? You're somewhere close to my age. I think I might be older than you are. You claim to be a former veteran. Come on, skinny fat boy. How about an arm wrestle? Or maybe a chin-up contest? Or a push-up contest? Or a bench press contest? Or arm curls contest? Or hiking? Let's see who can hike more miles. Whatever. You're a weak loser. You're a fraud. Don't ever pretend to be a tough guy. You couldn't beat a 6th grader kid. They'd kick the shit out of you. You fake. You didn't go to war. He calls himself a disabled vet. You were never in war. You're a paper pusher, sitting at a desk. Your whole life is a lie. You laugh off the truth when people speak any truth. You laugh it off because you're insecure. Look how old he looks. Veganism is really aging you. Good for you. Stay a vegan until you know what happens. Keep going. Keep going.
He's used to controlling others, but he can't control me. He thinks he's outsmarted me, but his fascination is he doesn't understand.
Seems like a very healthy person, though, that goes for walks every day and looks at the natural life and he's chilled out. And do you know what I mean? I understand someone who's locked up in a prison for, 15 years and then come out. I don't understand the anger. And yes, fair enough. Come in if you don't.
What anger? What anger? Just because I go on there, I'm banned on his channel. You don't understand the context, Mr. Stinky Brew. This guy came on my channel one time. I kind of laughed at him because he claims to be a fat alcoholic or whatever. Look at this. The anger. They project their anger onto me. Where's the anger when I go on there to give a laugh to my audience? It's not anger. Tricking him is fun. It's not anger. The guy beside you has lots of anger. And you're going to experience it. Later on in this show, he's going to show you some of his buried or hidden anger that's just beneath the surface. It's always just beneath the surface with Jack Talcott. He can snap and get angry at any moment. I bet he's done some real evil in his lifetime that people don't know about. The secret life of Jack Talcott. and some of the psychotic things that he's done that you on the stage don't know about, and his audience.
Agree, debate. You know what I mean? But
you know what I mean? I can't have a debate there because I get kicked off and banned. I'd love to have a debate on there, but that's not going to happen. And he won't come to my show for a debate because he runs and leaves anytime he's challenged, because he can't backstage or kick me off my show, so he'll run away. That's what he's done already in the past. Multiple times. He's run away. Run away, little coward cot.
for walks every day and looks at the natural life and he chilled out. And do you know what I mean? I understand someone who's locked up in a prison for, you know what I mean, 15 years and then come out. I don't understand the anger. And yes, fair enough. Come in if you don't agree, debate. You know what I mean? But just, are you okay?
You know what? Thank you, brother.
Jack, I gotta hop off.
In 5 or 10 minutes, he won't be calling you brother, Mr. Stinky Brew. He'll be directing his anger at you. So you don't understand the anger. I had no anger when you came on my live stream a while ago, Mr. Stinky Brew. I didn't know who you were because you just lurked on my channel. I haven't seen you type in my chat room or in my comments, so I didn't know you whatsoever. I still don't really know you. But Jack is going to get angry with you. I'd love to have a debate, but Jack is too much of a coward to have a debate. That's the way Jack works. He doesn't have debates. At least not with me, because he's outmatched.
But it's good reconnecting.
It's great talking to you as well, Zach, mate. Yeah, spot on, mate. Good lad.
Thanks, Stinky Brew.
Have you got a YouTube channel or anything like that?
How is he spot on? And how can he call you Stinky Brew with a straight face? Stinky Brew. Just the name itself. I mean, I know you're a troll. Mr. Stinky Brew. You're a big troll. You're a big, fat, alcoholic troll. That's what you are. And he knows you have a channel. Stinky Brew is just a troll. That's all he does.
I'm really interested.
Yes, he does.
Is there any chance pop it in chat and then I can give you a follow?
Yeah, I'll get it pulled up for you here.
Oh, thanks a lot. No, Zach, spot on, mate.
Here, I'll just type my name. Just search my name, and you'll find me and all my haters. They're even more entertaining. So
we've all got haters. Don't worry about that.
I got a lot.
Yes, he does.
All right. You guys take care. Have a good one.
Much love. Thanks for stopping through, Zach.
Yeah.
Be well.
When I'm in StreamYard, I don't tend to go on the comments because...
Imagine that after all these years, this was changed about a decade ago. People noticed the lion, I think it's in Isaiah in the Bible, the lion will lie with the lamb has been changed. And about a decade later, Slow Talcott still believes that that's in the Bible that way and has the image. Because he's going by memory. He doesn't check the Bible. He doesn't check the Mandela effect. He doesn't know what's going on in the realm he lives in. He has that as his background image without a fucking clue that that's not in the Bible. Jack is clueless. Clueless caught. Clueless caught.
You got it.
Yeah. They put you in a certain situation, don't they?
Here, I'll drop it in the back private chat too. Zach's
thank you.
Like he said, if you look his name up, you'll find him.
I've got no problem with someone who comes up, even if they disagree with you. If they've got an argument and they can like change your mind, or
I've got an argument, but I can't go on there. You don't know the context. He won't let me on his show if I use my name, and if I start speaking and having an argument. You don't understand. You're too slow. You're arguing about something without knowledge. You're arguing out of ignorance, Mr. Stinky Brew. You're arguing out of ignorance after I'm gone from the show. How about you have this conversation on my channel and I'll learn you something. Boy, I'll learn you something, mate. But you're just a troll anyways. You're one of those types that really doesn't care about anything. You're just fake through and through. That's what I think of Mr. Stinky Brew. I don't think he's a real being. I think he's just kind of trolling all the time, 24/7. If you get what I'm saying. There's no sincere side to Mr. Stinky Brew. That's what I think.
Or prove an argument, then go ahead. Someone like that. No, it's brilliant.
Zach has what he's known for. And his books. I know he's written at least one book. I think he's authored a couple of them. Gematria. So how number.
He's brilliant, Mr. Stinky Brew. You should go follow the Blowfish Lips. Go follow Zach and pay him some money. He likes to have his hand out for money, begging for shekels. That would be right up your alley. You don't work though, Mr. Stinky Brew. Your wife works to support your family, right? She makes the money and she supports you. Mr. Stinky Brew doesn't work. He's a lazy bum. He's a lazy bum.
Personal point of view. I think I forget what that's called. The moral reading. How maybe but I actually think.
So the Thorpes are always welcome on there. Grace is always welcome on Jack's show to be on camera doing her makeup. I think that's a hotel room they rent or I don't know, Airbnb or something. I don't think they have a home. And they set up their equipment. They're very strange. They live together in a van. Very strange. She'll put on her makeup. She did this the other day. So it's makeup time with Grace Thorpe to put on her makeup. Maybe she'll eat another ice cream drumstick and hold it up to the camera and do their antics and wear her leopard print. But if anyone else does stuff like this, Jack doesn't like it. If somebody makes any hand signs or acts a little bit silly, which I've done over there on camera in the last year or so, he doesn't like it. But he'll tolerate this. Double standards, Jack Talcott. That's the way it works. And it's so tacky, this leopard print. That used to be what old ladies wore. And as kids, we would call them cat ladies and make fun of it. And now you have young women wearing these stupid leopard print tops. It looks dumb. It really does. It really does. They just copy whatever's popular. If some rapper wears it or Taylor Swift or whoever that's famous, they'll copy. Just copycats. She puts on her makeup. It's just so fucking, so lame and so annoying.
This whole idea we're going to change the world, I don't see it happening. You could call that cynical, but I do believe.
So distracting too. Her hands all over her face. Why do you have to have your camera on to do this? And be on a live stream on the internet? Why? What's the point? What are you doing?
Lord will come and lead us to change the world. But until then, a lot of times you're better off just letting it hit.
Ben, I love you, my brother. Because I know your mind is open.
She always has a cold and a snotty nose. Sorry to be gross. I don't want to be gross, but she's always like sucking up that mucus, and it's just gross. She's making those sounds right into the microphone. She has a habit of doing that. No one's corrected her and said, that's not very ladylike, Grace. You're just kind of gross doing that. It's kind of sickening. I would tell her that if I was on the stage right there. Definitely. I'd be kicked off for saying the truth because Jack doesn't want the truth on his shit show. Look at the difference in the skin tone. I wish someone else would have their camera on just for more comparison and contrast. Look at this thing on the screen. He's almost as gray as the same Veterans for Peace little light hoodie that he wears all the time. that's a light-colored gray. He's a light-colored gray. He's almost as gray as his beard. You're starting to look very sickly. You have a sickly pallor, pasty pale, Jack Talcott. You're looking very corpse-like, corpse-caught, corpse-caught. Clown-caught is a corpse-caught. God damn, look at him. Look at that.
Open as well.
It's tiring to try to change the world. It's just exhausting.
Not when you allow God to do it. Because what you were saying about that path of absolute submissive to evil, that's actually in line with what Jesus did.
See what this idiot says? Not when you allow God to do it. If God wanted to change the world and it's all powerful, why doesn't he? Why would you need to allow God? Why would Jack Talcott be in control and need to allow God? Oh, I'll allow you, God, to change the world. No, the world is the way that your demonic being that you worship wants it to be. Not when you allow God to change the world. As though you control the world, Jack Talcott. You're fucking delusional. Allow God that you believe to be an omnipotent, all-powerful, omniscient being, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, all-powerful, everywhere, all-knowing. What the fuck are you talking about, psycho?
With what he did and what he taught. And I've been trying that. Dude, that it doesn't sit well, right? Because wrong is wrong. And we're created for justice.
Yeah. Ultimately, yes. But I actually think that getting the crap beaten out of us constantly feels about right to me anyways. But some people say I have a humiliation fetish. But I just feel like, people beating the shit out of me is, that's the least I deserve. And
is that the least you deserve? I don't think anyone's really beating the shit out of you. You haven't been in a real fight with a grown man in your life, and it shows, Ben Thorpe. You haven't been. Because I've seen you try to swing and throw a punch or a kick. You would have the shit kicked out of you by anyone who can fight. You're just a tall string bean of a lanky, awkward loser. And that's the view of a lot of Christians. They feel like shit and they think they deserve shit from God. They think they deserve to have the shit kicked out of them. Low self-esteem, programmed, brainwashed Christian losers. He's a loser. And it's creepy what he does with his daughter. It's creepy what she does with him. The way they live is creepy. Very creepy.
I don't want them to do that, but I don't mind it. It feels like maybe it's just been too long.
I disagree. I'm
I'll
with
be back
Trump.
in a second.
I'm with Trump. I know Charlie Kirk would say forgive your enemies, but I say smack them back even harder.
No, see, this is why I want
You gotta really just do what you can to get through this shithole, and God will fix it.
You should tell Jack. You should tell Jack the parable of the thief.
Yeah, do you know that? Well, no, I like my favorite parable. It's actually an interesting parable. Just as a fuck it, you know what I mean? Ain't worth it.
No.
What I'm saying is, what I see Grace, she has a natural sense of justice. She wants to pursue a career in the law, and that's fine. But
I'm gonna get an education.
I've seen
We going the Laguna route here.
I've seen courts. They're a joke.
Danger.
They're a joke largely. It all comes down to who you know and whose palm you're greasing, and she knows that going in. But then again, I don't care.
So the leopard print chick has her makeup done now. She's got her makeup on. She's got her face on, as some women say. She looks completely different with makeup on. He's smoking away, looking scruffy, looking homeless, Ben Thorpe. Kind of looking homeless there. He's looking rough. And the one beside him looks homeless. Look at the difference in skin tone. They're both white men. Thorpe is supposed to be Nordic, so he's He's light-skinned. He's not dark-skinned. Look at the difference. The drapes almost blend in with Talcott. He was much better with the red behind him. Look at the drabness there. God damn. Gross. And she's got to cover her face in makeup and put it on during a live stream for the whole internet to watch. For attention. Pathetic. Pathetic.
Well, I think that's why I was bringing it up, because I think if you realize how much potential there is that you have based on the life you've lived, where you are, and what you've acquired or connected to, you could probably make some incredible changes in the world.
Jesus in Matthew 20.
Praise God.
I view that the way God, as soon as I applied for it, I mean, it was inspired by Scripture. It was.
Praise God.
I view that the way God controls us is through the ideas, right? We get the ideas and then we make the choice.
The way that God controls us. What, like a slave? Like you're a slave and God's your master? Your master God lords over you and controls you? You think that's a good thing?
The live without fear. As soon as I applied for it, I mean, it was inspired by Scripture. It was.
Praise God.
I view that the way God controls us is through the ideas, right? We get the ideas and then we make the choices, but God provides everything, the space, the time, the resources, the results, and the ideas. So
I mean,
thought,
yeah.
no,
The
go
truth
ahead.
of my experience, I don't know you when you used to drink, but to me, a lot of guys who used to drink were a lot more likable as drunks than they were sober. So, because then they just talked all the time about rehab and how many months out they were and how sober they were, and they're even more nauseating than they were as a drunk.
Yes.
And that's just part of it.
He's a bit nervous. Jack Talcott's touching his face immediately. He knows that Ben is describing him, whether it's intentional or unintentionally. He's describing Jack Talcott. You were more likable as a drunk. More people liked you. Your family, former friends, former family, neighbors, people at the bar, whoever, co-workers. Nobody likes a sober Jack Talcott. You were better off as a drunk. No one can stand you now. You just preach at people. You're a preachy, judgmental, quick to anger, narcissistic, psychotic, anger-filled prick.
You know, we can change and then we fall back into the same patterns. And I'm not throwing shade on your experience. I'm just saying people who are in these fields become very cynical. And, you know, it's relatively easy when you're not doing it to feel optimistic. But if you're in an educational classroom, the idea you're going to teach these kids anything, it's garbage. Just try to make your money and get out.
Hey, you guys
do something meaningful with your life.
I thought it was really interesting because Grace asked you to do the parable before. And and I actually jumped on because of the parable. And this actually all comes into live without fear. It actually brings everything together, right? So there's another parable from Jesus in Matthew 25:14, which is the tenants, right? Where he sends his servants out with money, and he asks them to do the right thing with the money. And two of them do things that like double the money, very wise, intelligent decisions. And one of them actually buries it. There's another one that in Luke as well of this. Now, some people may go,
I love that parable. Yeah.
And this is somewhere where you could say, well, here's God saying, make money, right? So you could take that parable and going, hey, you're rewarded when you make money. And I don't think that's what God is saying.
No, yeah, he loves winners.
I think what he's saying is the opposite.
He hates losers.
No, it's fear, right? The one servant that buried the money didn't want to lose the money. but lived in fear. So he buried the money to protect the money because he was fearful of making any other decisions, where the other two lived without fear. Therefore, they actually tried to use their mind. And this is the second part that I think God is kind of saying, and Jesus is saying in this, is that God gave us a brain. Don't be fearful of that brain. If you know how.
Vibe seems like a very beta, effeminate male. He seems like low T with his voice and just the way he comes across. They're losers. They're losers. Goblin said it right earlier. They're losers. And Jack kicked him off before he could say, Jack Talcott is a psychopath. He's a psychopath.
If you think this is a wise investment, if you think you can double the money, if you can do this, it's not God saying profit. It's God saying live without fear. Don't bury the money. Trust on the brain that he gave you. Use your intelligence to do something better.
Why do you people think you can...
your gifts. Your
Yeah,
gifts.
no. Why do you people think you can go here, right? And start talking about fucking... worshipping someone that fucking causes more fucking shit in the world than...
What are you talking about? Hold on.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
No, it's fucking true. Hey, I grew up in Scotland, right?
Like,
I grew up in Scotland, right?
Really? Did you? I would have known.
Oh, bring him
My
back.
bad, Jack. I wasn't trying to interrupt.
Was that Bricky?
Grace just wants to laugh, but she's always got a cold. It seems like she's always has a runny nose. What's with her? Whether she's smoking or not. She quit smoking for a couple weeks. I predict she'll be back to smoking again. So they're all laughing. Flo Gay is, Ben is, even that Vibe guy is fighting off laughter. Grace. And look at Jack Talcott. No laughter. Fingers over his lips. His eyes are like slits. He's confused and angered by that. No sense of humor with psychopath Jack Talcott.
No.
It was no.
No.
I thought it was Mr. Stinky Brew. I thought it was the same guy that was here earlier. But that was a twist. And here, thank you for the contribution. I'll put it out there, but no, I don't care. Can you ask Grace and Ben if they would actually be totally and fully honest in confession and confess the things they've kept in the dark from everyone? Why?
What does
would
that
they?
even mean?
Well, if you didn't confess in
Of
confession,
course, that's what confession's for.
then what's the point?
I think the ask was for you to do it here.
Why would you do it here if you won't do it in confession?
Right.
Confession.
All right, guys.
I actually think a lot of people use YouTube as a confessional, and I do think that's a mistake. Not everybody needs to hear everybody's, personal issues.
Women posting their L's online. It's my favorite Twitter.
Or Will Smith talking about how, his wife got cheated on. That ain't right. Do that in the confessional. There's a reason there's a confessional.
Well, I mean, there's something about Christianity which says that confession is good. If you remove Christianity and you just look at psychology and the science of psychology, which is, we still know it's all based on feelings, right? Like, I feel like I'm depressed. So it's not a real science, but it's as real as a science as we can get. We can also see that the most people say outside of religion, confession to somebody else does help them. So it's just part of the brain. We don't even have to look at Christianity. We can just
guilt. Guilt's the problem.
We can
right?
say
Guilt.
confession is good.
That's
Hold on to
actually
guilt,
also
that's a real problem.
that's actually also a part of AA and NA. Isn't that one of the 12 steps, Jack?
Grace is sniveling again, of course. Of course.
To confess
Honesty.
your wrongdoings and try to come correct as much as possible.
Vibe,
I'm so proud of you.
I don't think most people in the Panelverse notice anything. They wouldn't notice that she's constantly doing that. She has a habit of doing that. If they saw her on this live stream, by tomorrow they'd forget and go, what? She wasn't doing that. Most people don't have a memory. They don't notice long-term patterns. Anytime I've seen her, she's been doing that over the last, probably found her channel a year or so ago. Somebody mentioned it. And I was like, what are the Thorpes? And that's what she does. Summer, winter, fall, spring, doesn't matter. She seems to be doing that all year round. And if you're doing that, why be on camera? Why not mute your mic? Do you know how to mute yourself before making a sound like that, like into the microphone? These are simple things. But, you know, I don't expect most people to understand that, because most people are rude. They don't have manners, etiquette. Most people are slobs in this realm. They're demon-tarred slobs that they think nothing's wrong. They won't notice the pattern of the red bricks and masonry behind Taylor Grift and others. It's a common theme, the bricks behind them.
Starting to sound like me. But there can be too much of that. You don't want to confess.
Well, I mean, here's the great thing.
No.
That I can
keep some
this
things.
Is one of the reasons
take
my
some things
Christianity.
with you to the grave. That's what I tell people. Take some things with you.
Also, have any of these people heard of an excuse me or a pardon me? If my voice cuts out or breaks, or I start having to cough or clear my throat or lose my voice momentarily, I'll say, excuse me or pardon me. And sometimes I'll mute the mic if I'm recording something or if I'm live, and maybe get a drink of Coke Zero or whatever, clear my throat. It's called manners. I don't think these creatures on YouTube have manners. Not just the ones on this panel, this big panel here. But it's so common. People these days are slobs compared to what they used to be just a few decades ago, most people. And then if you go back a century or so, those people would be appalled at the hideous behavior today, the way they dressed in those days. Gentlemen and ladies dressed very well, behaved very well, had table manners, washed their hands, trimmed their nails, if you could imagine. There's so many of these demons on YouTube with long fingernails, males with long fingernails. It's gross. It's disgusting. And they have the audacity, like Talcott, to call me disgusting? Look at yourself, greasy-haired, long, gray-bearded, homeless bum. You look gross. I bet you stink. You look like you haven't showered for weeks. You look awful. You wear the same clothes all the time. You wear that Veterans for Peace hoodie like it's part of your skin. You filthy creature. Filthy demon. Take a look at a mirror.
Grave.
No, sir. No,
Absolutely.
but truth. To me, God is truth. Well, God is love, and then we know love
Jack.
through the truth. But
Hold on.
So God is what? He's whatever you call it, right? God is truth? Oh no, God is love. Well, God is what? God is whatever you want to call it, Jack Talcott. But where is the good God? Where's the good actions of your good God? You say God is truth, God is love, God is blah, blah, blah. Where's the behavior demonstrated that proves that in this realm? Why is the realm so evil, in other words? If your God is love and your God is truth, why is it a realm of suffering and pain and evil and lies, not truth? The realm is the opposite of what you claim your God to be. So your God created an opposite realm? You're a fraud, Jack Talcott, and you're a psycho. Look at Grace trying to jump in here. You're so smart, Grace. You're so smart.
My dad's speaking from experience. When he was like 45, his mom told him that she had a threesome with his dad and his stepdad,
take it
and
to
that's
the
why they got the
grave.
divorce. Some things should be taken to the grave.
Love
Jack,
through the truth, but
hold on. My dad's speaking from experience. When he was like 45, his mom told him that she had a threesome with his dad and his stepdad, and that's why they got the divorce.
What?
Some things should be taken to the grave.
Yeah.
Take it to the grave.
At Christmas dinner, nonetheless. Yeah.
Well,
Why would you state that on
timing.
on the internet? Why would you state that on the internet? Why would you say things like that embarrassing?
Who cares?
Because
timing
if
You know, that's one of the reasons why I don't have my daughter on my broadcast too often.
I apologize.
Oh, it's not like he hasn't already told the story.
If the internet doesn't work out, what are you going to do with your life? You've got all this coming back on you. You get a job at, I don't know,
True.
Walmart or a supermarket, and you got to live with this. The embarrassment of this.
Who said I find it embarrassing?
You too.
You've got to do.
What are you?
You didn't understand.
Of course, she doesn't find it embarrassing. Her grandmother having a threesome with Ben's father and stepfather, getting banged. Grace doesn't find that embarrassing. She said, "Who says she finds it embarrassing? Anything goes these days, right?" She simulated giving Ben a BJ with a beer bottle. She doesn't find anything embarrassing. Now, Jack Talcott here is coming out. This is the real Jack. Starting to peek out. You're getting a glimpse beyond the veil or beyond the mask. The mask is slipping with Jack Talcott. Do you see him here? You see, curse him. Cursor magic. Curse him. Curse him. Curse him. Cursor magic. Curse him. Curse him. Curse him. Curse him. Cursor magic. Curse him. Curse him. There you go. Look at his face. This is the real Jack Talcott right there. The rest is him playing. It's a fraud.
Ben, what you're doing is for the little bit of leaf you've got left, right? You're sacrificing your fucking daughter's dignity.
Well, I mean, talking to you is a sacrifice of dignity, but
Right, 'cause I'm
she can
Scottish.
choose
What's
that
up
or
with you?
not. She can choose that or not. She's an adult.
Wait, why talking me like that? Huh?
You're not. Cam up. You're not this guy. There's no one who has this exact.
Forget about you. Honestly, what
It's
you
stinky
do,
brew.
what you do, is fucking terrible. How you doing, Jack? You right? I think it's no nice. It's no nice what they're doing. They're trying to come into here and get clicks and get people following them, eh? And they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it because they're not.
So what you see on the screen right here, this is the real Jack Talcott. Look at the eyes forming slits, barely open. Look at the furrowed brow. Examine the furrowed brow. Forget about his hairline for a moment and his huge, gigantic forehead. Just look at the anger seething. Look at his lips. Almost just a line at this point. Barely any lips showing. Just eyes for slits or slits for eyes. Look at this. Seething. This is the Jack Talcott that his son Dominic knew and Jack's ex-wife. This is what they dealt with. This is what they dealt with on a daily basis. This is the norm for Jack Talcott. The rest is the fraud. This is Jack when the mask comes off. This is what he is. He can't handle anybody having fun, anybody having a laugh. He can't take it. He can't take it. He's a control freak, psychopath, narcissist. That's what he is. He's a control freak, narc, psychopath.
They're not Catholic. They're scumbags, eh?
And who the fuck are you?
I'm a Scot warrior.
That means nothing to me. Who are...
They're not Catholic. They're scumbags, eh?
And who the fuck are you?
I'm a Scot warrior.
That means nothing to me.
They're not Catholic. They're scumbags, eh?
And who the fuck are you?
It's no nice what they're doing. They're trying to come into here and get clicks and get people following them, eh? And they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it because they're not Christian. They're not Catholic. They're scumbags, eh?
And who the fuck are you?
I'm a Scot warrior.
That means nothing to me. Who
am
are
a
you?
Scot
And why?
warrior.
What are you doing here? What you interrupted the conversation to get on your high horse and start preaching
I'm
and
not getting
lecturing.
on my ears.
So what are you doing, dude?
Jack, I'm not getting on my ears. What I'm doing is I'm telling you it's you're platforming someone who are wrong. You talk about peace, you talk about love, you talk about all this shit, but nay.
See, and you're rambling without actually making much sense or value. So I'm going to take a break from that. Sorry for that. Thank you for your patience.
That's a fake accent. I heard
think
it
that's a
slipping at
troll.
the end.
That's
Nah,
a
yeah,
troll.
that's not a real guy. It's a good one though.
I think it's Stinky Brew.
It could be Stinky Brew. It was Stinky Brew? I think it's Stinky Brew.
It is, but
It's
I don't
stinky,
know what
isn't
that means.
He
That's
takes
what
on
it said.
personas.
Stinky enjoys doing
It's actually
impressions.
funny.
Jack is also OCD about having all the ones on camera this way, and then having the ones with pictures this way, having himself in the top right. I notice he always does that. If it's just me and Jack, he'll have me on the left, have himself on the right side. He's very OCD about arranging the guests. I haven't mentioned it before, but I noticed it a long time ago. He's very OCD about the arrangement of the guests on the stage. He's a control freak.
He does impressions of different characters.
All right.
Do you guys think that guy had a point at all, though?
Yes.
Can you sum up his point for us?
We're not Christians.
After
we're not
you.
Catholics. We're scumbags.
Yeah, I identify as a scumbag.
He just did. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't understand his very heavy
Yeah, so the guy was like,
I miss the humor, I guess. I miss the fun. But and BB, you're kind of pushing this. I miss the humor, I guess. I miss the fun. But and I miss the humor, I guess. I miss the fun. But and BB, you're kind of pushing this too.
BB is in my chat. She's just trolling. Like she watches us. She's just trolling. Honestly,
See,
like, it's a thing.
This is where you guys, Ben, Grace, Dusty, you guys for sure, you guys do great with this. The trolls and the nonsense, and this for me, ooh baby, it's a test for me.
You do good when you're in the right mood.
You do. You actually, Jack, when you're in the right mood and you're Like,
There they go, kissing up to him, enabling him, praising him, telling him he does good, in the right mood. He's one of the moodiest, bitchiest little pricks around. And they'll praise him. They enable him. This is what his family did. I suspect his family enabled him. Not his ex-wife and son, but probably his mother and stepfather and ones around him, maybe at the post office. They enabled this little angry prick to get away with everything. And he can't take it when he's called out. He gets very angry. And this is what he has. He has sycophants around him, enablers like Moose and Powdered Dusty and others.
you're not in the mode where you want to teach.
Me? Ooh, baby, it's a test for me.
You do good when you're in the right mood.
Honestly,
See,
like, it's a thing.
This is where you guys, Ben.
Back.
He just did, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't understand his very heavy.
Yeah, so the guy was like,
I miss the humor, I guess. I miss the fun. But and BB, you're kind of pushing this too.
BB is in my chat. She's just trolling. Like she watches us. She's just trolling. Honestly,
See,
like, it's a thing.
This is where you guys, Ben, Grace, Dusty, you guys for sure, you guys do great with this. The trolls and the nonsense.
So was the person accusing Ben of being an abuser a troll? Or has he been arrested by cops, and is he a known abuser? Because if it's true, then how does it make that person a troll? That's a convenient way of labeling people and dismissing them, saying they're a troll if they speak the truth. Ben is abusive. Ben's even on video kicking at people, getting into cars and kicking Grace and kicking and throwing punches and throwing slaps or whatever. I don't think he knows how to throw a real punch. He's too awkward and uncoordinated. He's a weird character. But is he abusive? I think he is. I think that's accurate. I don't think that's trolling. But this is what liars and psychopaths do. They call things trolling when it's the truth.
And this, for me, ooh, baby, it's a test for me.
You do good when you're in the right mood.
You do. You actually, Jack, when you're in the right mood and you're like, you're not in the mode where you want to teach something in that moment.
This is exactly what he wants to hear. You're feeding Jack the bullshit that he wants to hear. That's what you're doing. And sometimes psychos they ally with each other. They support each other in a weird way. They can turn on each other, of course. It's not like they really truly know friendship and loyalty, but at times they'll pretend to be on the side of another psychopath, and that's what I think Moose and Dusty are doing. I think there's more psychopaths in this world than most of you realize. Most humans. A lot more. A lot more.
You're more open to that.
Chilling, having fun.
Thank you. It's actually what I've.
You always reach out to the guys you have a beef with. I always found that very compelling. You want to sort it out, even to the point of.
No, he doesn't. He has me blocked and banned. So you guys are speaking something that isn't true, and you don't know the situation. He has a beef with me, but he can't have me on the show coming on using my name or my account, because he has me blocked. He's afraid to face me. He's a coward, and he doesn't want to sort it out with me. He doesn't want to hear my perspective at all. He's a coward. And you people support that. You support Coward Cot, Psycho Cot. And you boost him up. You enabled him. You were coddling a psychopath. boosting his ego. It's gross. It's pathetic. It's sickening.
Almost ridiculousness. You're willing to.
Yeah.
And you're more open to that.
Me? Oh, baby, it's a test for me.
You do good when you're in the right mood.
You do. You actually, Jack, when you're in the right mood and you're like, you're not in the mode where you want to teach something in that moment, and you're more open to that.
Chilling, having fun.
Thank you. It's actually what I've.
You always reach out to the guys you have a beef with. I always found that very compelling. You want to sort it out, even to the point of almost ridiculously. You're willing to.
Yeah, he's
keep
got
connecting.
a copious amount of patience. It's almost
Yeah.
unworldly.
Hey, folks. How we doing?
Yeah, like for example, Jack is for example, Jack is pretty open, considering you guys who are scumbags are apparently here.
True.
Yes.
Oh, let's not be so harsh to them. They're an entertainment couple, aren't they? That's what they do. Come on, let's have a laugh. I have a joke and a laugh.
And I think that when Jack's in that mode, he actually inspires people to open up about things they wouldn't open up about.
That's true.
He is pretty open about things.
Moose. You're a moose. You're a moose, are you? Okay.
I mean, I think for anybody to call
Grace.
Ben not a Christian
That was
is
my
incorrect.
Scottish accent. I was trying to thinking my dad, but he's been dead for 20 years, so I fucking struggled.
Was he Scottish?
Yeah, he was a Scotsman. Dad was a Scotsman. Yeah. I've got a little property, a one-bedroom property in Edinburgh. I tried to get John Galt to buy it, but he fucking wouldn't have none of it.
You had to get John Galt to buy a
I wanted
property?
John Galt to buy a little property. It's a little bungalow. It's literally one-bed cottage. He wouldn't have none of it.
Are you aware that John Galt actively calls his tenants slurs on stream? Like just openly.
He wouldn't last long in the UK.
He's gonna get sued one of these days.
Fucking I'd be arrested and deported.
Yeah, isn't that like illegal?
Quicker than them fuckers
just
on
like
the fucking
hard R.
barges on the way back. Jesus. Where's Jack gone? Is Jack gone? No, we'll take it. Okay.
Well,
You've driven him back to the bottle, Stinky. It's
I'm
over.
just curious, who's on the panel that I keep on hearing saying none of you guys are Christians? Because I want to point out
Stinky.
that I thought
He's right next to you.
It was.
I said it earlier on. I said it earlier on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say that. I would say.
Listen, I'll take things not to... Go on, carry on. Go on.
He was just taking a piss.
Ben is. I put Ben as a true Christian because he says he's a scumbag. Any Christian who goes, I'm unvirtuous, or like, I have all perfect virtues and I am perfect in this world is not a Christian.
So this helium-voiced Elmo guy Vibe, this guy here, thinks you have to view yourself as a scumbag to be a true Christian. A lowly worm. That's Calvinism. That Calvin guy from Christianity preached that people were lower than worms. Congratulations. Congratulations. If you view yourself that way. Lower than worms. Lower than maggots. Just scum. What a loving God that wants you to view yourselves as scum. Oh, isn't that so lovely and loving? Lovely and loving and wonderful. You can't make this shit up. Christians want you to feel like you're a scumbag. And then they'll view you as a true Christian. You're a true Christian if you view yourself as just a fucking worthless scumbag. What a gross way, gross mindset, gross way of living. What a gross way of living.
It was.
I said it earlier on. I said it earlier on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say that. I would say.
Listen, I'll take things not to... Go on, carry on. Go on.
He was just taking a piss.
Ben is. I put Ben as a true Christian because he says he's a scumbag. Any Christian who goes, I'm unvirtuous, or like, I have all perfect virtues and I am perfect in this world is not a Christian. Any Christian that says, I suck and I need to be better, that is a Christian, I believe.
So self-deprecation
That's my
has become a virtue.
trick.
That's reverse false humility.
That's why they call me a Jew.
The Scottish warrior came up and he said his piece, but he had a point because, I mean, my dad, literally, I'm not getting all fucking, but my dad, like, he used to have to pick which way he went to school because a certain street had been Catholics and Protestants, and that's why my dad chose never to baptize me, because he said you can choose later on whatever you want to be, but to have it drilled in your head from fucking 2 years old that you're a Catholic, fuck the Protestant scum, you know what I mean? It's a bit.
Well, your dad wasn't too bright
let me
because
throw a
both
scenario out
Catholics
there for
and
you as
Protestants
well,
get
right? I mean,
baptized.
I'm listening to Ben. 1 second, listening to Ben.
Stinky,
Go
both
on.
Protestants and Catholics get baptized. So now you're going to hell because your dad's too stupid to understand that all Christians get baptized.
He was a bit stupid. He was a Scotsman, mate.
Did your
He used to
is
drink
your
more
wife
than me, so that
baptized?
fucks
Is
him
your
up.
wife baptized?
Hey?
Is your wife
We've
baptized?
got non-religious family whatsoever.
Is
We're
she
clean.
baptized?
We're like, no, we're like.
Go find
whole-
a Christian and get baptized on the internet. Takes 2 minutes.
I'll baptize you.
Yeah.
This is what I want to point out.
Oh,
on
don't
this,
let the
right?
heathen do it.
When children,
Because if you want to be a
grow up-
scumbag like me, just get baptized. What's the harm? If it's not true,
Ben,
you're fine. You're gonna burn. If you're wrong, you burn in hell just because you didn't.
Can I have 1 second, please? Can I have 1 second, please? Ben, if you was baptized, right? Okay.
What does any of this have to do with Jack
baptized,
Talcott or
and
his
so-
goals?
Please
Why is
stop.
this guy talking?
God, no
Don't
one will let me
interrupt,
speak.
please.
People won't let me speak. Can I speak? Right, Ben, if you were baptized and Grace is baptized, and obviously you're this religious family, why are you in so much shit and I'm not?
Why am I what?
Why are you in the situation you're in, but I'm in the situation I'm in?
You mean I
can
have
do
all my
exactly
teeth?
what I want.
I've got a full head of hair.
That's it. You
I don't
can
have
only
to wear
go
a
to
beanie
personal
to hide the
reasons.
fact that
What's
I'm
next?
balding.
What's next? What's
Here we
what's
go.
next?
Oh!
I don't want an argument with you, Ben. I'm asking you questions. Can you answer them?
I feel blessed to live the life I lead, and I wouldn't exchange it for your life for all the tea in China.
Honest to God, do you on a serious note, are you happy?
Well, you're
with the
an
fact that
alcoholic, right? You're an alcoholic, right?
I'm an alcoholic, yeah.
You're overweight, obviously.
Honest to God, do you on a serious note, are you
Snorting and sniffling. Snotty Grace. Snotty Grace.
happy?
Well, you're
with the fact
an
that
alcoholic, right? You're an alcoholic, right?
I'm an alcoholic, yeah.
You're overweight, obviously.
Tell you what, how much longer do I need to give you the floors?
Listen,
I'm not
it's
trying to
about
put you down. I'm just saying.
No. It's about a deeper meaning of worth. Do you understand what I'm saying, Ben? It's about a deeper meaning of worth, and knowing that you mean something. You understand what I'm saying? Just like Jack, at the end of the day, he can turn around and say people can slag him off all he wants, but he knows he's got this worth, and that's the same as me. I know I'm here. I look after my daughter. I do everything I can to benefit that daughter. I don't try and put fucking spanners in the works for my daughter. If my daughter can achieve something, I will ramp it up and give her everything she needs to achieve that. You don't. You take away, Ben. You take away from her. I don't know what it is. I don't know how.
Does Jack look like a happy, stable man of peace? Does he look like a peaceful man that can handle a discussion? He doesn't like when someone speaks this long. He wants to control their speech completely on his show. This isn't unusual. This isn't an anomaly. This is daily with Jack Talcott. Every day. Now picture Jack's ex-wife and his son, Dominic. How much do you think he let them speak in their own home, in their own household, behind closed doors? If he's like this openly on YouTube, on the internet, he's a control freak. He's a psychopath. I bet his son was unable to express himself at home without getting interrupted and told to stop or shut up after a sentence or two. Maybe once in a while 3 sentences got out. He would have been controlled that much by this creature on the screen, this psychopath, Jack Talcott. Think about it. Think about it. He's a very insecure, narcissistic, control freak. He's a petty tyrant. And you can see it written all over his face if you look.
Someone in the head, psychology, I don't know how someone can want their offspring to fail. Like it's crazy, Ben. And you know I have a laugh with you, and yeah, I'm called a Thorpeter and things like that. But yeah, I do travel around and stuff like that and fucking do what I do. But at the end of the day, Ben, it's just like I can't get over the relationship you've got with your daughter. All that other stuff that people say aside, I'm not even going to say the I word. But what I'm saying is, you do everything you can to you're putting handcuffs on Grace rather than letting her go. I would spend every fucking penny of my money to know that little bro got on in life, whereas you're pulling her back, and that's wrong. And I bet you anybody, even Jack here now, because it's 2 and 2, and I'm going to use Jack as an example. Jack, yes, he's got regrets. He's got things he wouldn't have done. But maybe if he could go back, he'd have put every fucking bit, if you want drinking and stuff like that, he'd have put every single fucking bit of effort into making sure that kid got better on in life.
No, I think you're making a wrong assumption about Jack Talcott. Jack only cares about, Jack only cares about Jack. All right? Jack only cares about Jack. So I don't know why people make these assumptions about strangers. Can't you see by his face what he is? Stinky brew?
That's what life's about. It's about having what you've got and making more bit. If you want drinking and stuff like that, he'd have put every single fucking bit of effort into making sure that kid got better on in life. That's what life's about. Bit. If you want drinking and stuff like that, he'd have put every single fucking bit of effort into making sure that kid got better on in life. That's what life's about. Back. And that's wrong. And I bet you anybody, even Jack here now, because it's 2 and 2, and I'm going to use Jack as an example. Jack, yes, he's got regrets. He's got things he wouldn't have done. But maybe if he could go back, he'd have put every fucking bit, if you want drinking and stuff like that, he'd have put every single fucking bit of effort into making sure that kid got better on in life. That's what life's about. It's about having what you've got and making more for the ones that come later, in my opinion, right? I know about laughing a joke. I come in as a Scottish warrior for a joke and a laugh and stuff like that. Yeah, I do. Mr. Stinky Brew does that. But what I'm saying to you is, honest to God, on a grand level, what's going on? Seriously, what is going on? Because you are not a father, right? You are a fucking manipulator. In my personal opinion, I'm not going into the I word shit and stuff like that, but you are not benefiting your daughter one bit by your existence.
The I word, he means incest, Ben and Grace Thorpe. That's what I don't know if I'll call it a rumor, but that's what's been going around about them for years. Look at Jack Talcott. Look at his face. It's more than just anger. That's a psychopath sitting there looking that way. Why is what this guy's saying so very upsetting and offensive to Jack, where he's looking at that guy like he's just a piece of shit? Now, I'm not a fan of Mr. Stinky Brew, but look at Jack Talcott. That reveals so much.
Are you
That's my
accomplishing
personal.
anything?
Beg your pardon.
Are you accomplishing anything?
I beg your pardon.
Are you?
What's going on? Seriously, what is going on? Because you are not a father, right? You are a fucking manipulator. In my personal opinion, I'm not going into the I word shit and stuff like that, but you are not benefiting your daughter one bit by your existence.
Are you
That's my
accomplishing
personal.
anything?
Beg your pardon.
Are you accomplishing anything?
I accomplish a hell of a lot. What
Did you
I've got
feel
is
better? Do you feel better?
So you're sticking up for the Thorpes now, are you? You're
I'm
sticking up.
no, I'm
No, tell me,
sticking
Jack.
up.
Tell me, Jack. Tell me,
Stinky
Jack. You
brew.
sticking up for the Thorpes now?
I'm sticking up for
What has Ben
me.
done? What has Ben done in the last year? No.
Dense,
What has Ben done?
Fool.
Dense fool.
You
Not
have
dense fool.
no
You're gonna cut me off.
clue. Yes, I'm cutting you off because I've sat here on my live stream with you flapping your damn gums for far too long, Stinky Brew. You clearly have a hard-on and got a lot to say to Mr. Thorpe. Feel free to reach them elsewhere. Sorry.
Thank you, Jack.
That was nicely done.
Here comes the praise. Nicely done. Thank you. They're going to praise him for how he handled that. This is what they do. Nobody ever calls out Jack Talcott on his show and calls him a psychopath the way I do. That's why I'm the only one banned over there. The only one banned that he doesn't allow on a stage. My accounts are banned.
I don't understand people, man. We get on our high horses, and that's what Mr. Stinky. Sorry.
Thank you, Jack.
That was nicely done.
I don't understand people, man. We get on our high horses, and that's what Mr. Stinky Brew was doing. Mr. Self-Righteous.
Just a quick question. That last guy, what % chance do you think he will help you get towards your goal?
0. In his current state of mind, he pushes me back. Yes.
And I just want to point out that Truther Cop kind of noticed it before everyone else. But
Now, Jack.
I actually noticed it. I just chose to remain silent.
Let me use Dusty as an example here, because I know that you believe that people should be able to speak different points of view, but both he and my daughter and I have been deplatformed in the debate sphere, which is where I came onto the internet. But we first were deplatformed by Andrew Wilson in the Crucible because we were FBI or something, and then we went to Destiny and we were criminals. And then we went to Keemstar. Some big people we hung around with. But see, what they do is they're now creating bigger and bigger cults where everyone in the cult is protected and everyone outside of the cult is deplatformed and they're told that, these people are horrible. I don't really think you can beat that when people have that much power. But I do think it will implode of its own weight.
I don't think you know who Jack Talcott is.
I don't agree, because these certain individuals that have big platforms and big followings believe that smaller creators feed off of their audience, which is absolutely false. We have our own followings, and their influence has no effect on the people that already follow us and believe in us.
But to be honest, Jack as a creator is one of the greats. He should have thousands of views concurrently on every live.
Oh, listen to this shit. This is just fucking sickening. What bullshit. Jack is one of the greats. Listen to this. This is gross.
Believe that smaller creators feed off of their audience, which is absolutely false. We have our own followings, and their influence has no effect on the people that already follow us and
but
believe in us.
to be honest, Jack as a creator is one of the greats. He should have thousands of views concurrently on every live. To be honest, Jack as a creator is one of the greats. To be honest, Jack as a creator is one of the greats. He should have
We have our own followings and out here that are underwatched.
Jack's not yes, maybe, but Jack's got something very special. This kind of combination of guru, therapist, and it's Kino. Look at his thumbnails. I'm always like, these thumbnails are so funny. Self-therapist,
out here that are underwatched.
Jack's not yes, maybe, but Jack's got. To be honest, Jack as a creator is one of the greats. To be honest, Jack as a creator.
Believe that smaller creators feed off of their audience, which is absolutely false. We have our own followings, and their influence has no effect on the people that already follow us and believe in us.
To be honest, Jack as a creator.
What was that sound? Ooh.
Believe that smaller creators feed off of their audience, which is absolutely false. We have our own followings, and their influence has no effect on the people that already follow us and believe in us.
To be honest, Jack as a creator is one of the greats. He should.
We have our own followings, and their influence has no effect on the people that already follow us and believe in us.
To be honest, Jack as a creator is one of the greats. He should have thousands of views concurrently on every live.
Creators out here that are underwatched.
Jack's not yes, maybe, but Jack's got something very special. This kind of combination of guru, therapist, it's Kino. Look at his thumbnails. I'm always like, these thumbnails are so funny, self-effacing.
The thumbnails that he doesn't even make, she's calling them fantastic. They're just kissing his ass, just sycophants of a psycho. It's pathetic.
You should see the ones where he pitches
a therapist, it's Kino. Look at his thumbnails. I'm always like, these thumbnails are so funny, self-effacing.
You should see the ones where he puts his own face on Hitler. They're great.
He's one of the greats, but he's there, and it may be that Jack, is able to burst through and becomes big, but
Jack doesn't make those thumbnails. He doesn't know how to Photoshop and put his face on anyone or anything. That's reality. Someone behind the scenes makes his slides, his images, his thumbnails, all of that stuff.
Largely, guys like Jack live and die in a little space on the internet, and that's just the truth. And, I would just say that's my argument, for, I would call it realism, but you can call it cynicism. It's like this world is just... It just is unjust.
Somebody said Jack has the it factor. This gym guy said Jack is very unique. Really? This is just incredible. But you can follow what you want. If you want to follow psychopathic liars and control freaks, which you're seeing on the screen, not just Jack. He's not the only psycho on that panel. Not by any means. If I had to bet one way or the other, are they all psychos or none of them psychos? On the screen right now, those 8 panelists, I'd say they're all psychos. All of them.
And I've seen a lot of creators like this. There's a guy named Hormaxer. He's eccentric.
So that's Brown's boy, the one with a K. His real name probably starts with a K, like Keith or something. Brown's boy is a psycho. Truther Cop, OTW, Moose, Grace, Taylor Grift, Ben Thorpe, and Jack Talcott, the number one, of course, of those. The biggest one, the most obvious one, is Jack. Now, who would come in number 2 out of the biggest psychos? That would be a tough one. That'd be a tough one. I would say I'd have to go between maybe Taylor, OTW, and Ben. I'd probably, because I know them more than the other ones. I've seen them more, but I don't know. But I'd say Jack's number 1 on that panel.
He's crazy, but he's also a great. He should be one of the greats, and he's constantly much.
Why do they call him Hormaxer?
He
started off as I think what was called a black pillar, which is to say that you need to be tall to get women and stuff like that. But then he went briefly to the philosophy that you shouldn't bother with women except on a transactional basis. So you should hire women to have sex with you instead of marrying them because it's a lot cheaper in the long run, which actually is a pretty good point.
Oh, wow.
I think it's a pretty good point. In my experience, it would be a lot cheaper. But
Jack,
he
are you into this
doesn't
budget
really do
plan?
that anymore.
No.
Budget plan?
What was that, Ben?
He doesn't really espouse that, but the name stuck. It's just such a kind of exaggerated name. But he's...
So there's Grace Thorpe picking at her teeth with her mouth open during the live stream on camera. I know nothing embarrasses her, but she'll say there's nothing classy about her. She would say that nothing would embarrass her. She would pick her teeth. She'll suck up her snot or snotty nose. She'll do whatever. Nothing embarrasses her. But then again, there's nothing classy about her. So in terms of men that want a classy woman, she's out of the running. I think she's been single her whole life. There might be a reason for that, Grace. Could be.
I don't know what he is. He's like, he's a hilarious rhetorician. He's a great rhetorician. I'd love to see guys like Jack and Hormaxer get together, all the little guys get together, because each of you has
all the little guys. Are you taking a shot at his height? He is a little guy. He's admitted to that. When I was live one time, he said that he is a little guy. Jack is a little guy. I think is he 5'5"? 5'3"? Some have said 5'3". He's a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's a man-child. He's a manlet.
Genius, but you tend to. I think Jack's tried to interact, and he ends up coming back here. Exaggerated name, but he's. I don't know what he is. He's like, he's a hilarious rhetorician. He's a great rhetorician. I'd love to see guys like Jack and Hormaxer get together, all the little guys get together, because each of you has your own genius, but you tend to. I think Jack's tried to interact, and he ends up coming back here where he feels like he can have a voice, he can have some control, and more power to him. I'm not here to throw shade, but
maybe we should help
all
Jack.
The little guys, could.
Maybe we should help Jack get a hooker fund, right? That way, he'll have something on the side there if ever he actually needs it. He'll have access to it.
I think Jack is like me. He's not. Those needs are, at least in my case.
Yeah,
I just put them all on the shelf.
Jack
it's not
would
worth
just
it for a
take the
hooker.
You're saying Jack jerks off a
and he
lot?
would give her a life coaching lesson. He'd probably change her life.
Yeah,
actually, there's a story there, Moose. There's a story
saints
there.
of old that would visit prostitutes to evangelize them.
That's why I was there too. The cops didn't believe me though.
Hey, that would
Yeah,
make
but you
one
were
hell of a
strict with her
YouTube
with the holy
channel.
water.
And it worked. And when they died, everyone wanted to condemn them. But all the hookers came out and said, no, actually he never touched me. He actually changed my life. And, so that's a very beautiful way to live your life. But
yeah, I don't think that's that fun.
In the past, I was of that mindset that it's cheaper to just get a prostitute or a hooker than to have a wife. But that was when I didn't understand what love is. But
He did hire escorts and hookers, prostitutes. Jack Talcott did that. Jack Talcott has done a lot of things in his life. And they worship him. Look at them. Supportive of that creepy, creepy creature. That creepy creature psychopath, Jack Talcott.
See,
Yeah.
I have hope and faith. My marriages in the past didn't work. My relationships in the past didn't work. But I didn't realize I was broken. And I was looking to get healed and looking to be whole from something or someone else.
Yeah.
But this life we're living, we are here to fall in love with ourselves. And that way, if others come along, it's just a bonus.
What about God? What about saying instead of
ourselves?
Yeah.
But this life we're living, we are here to fall in love with ourselves. And that way, if others come along, it's just a bonus.
What about God? What about saying instead of ourselves? Saying we're here to fall in love with God.
Shell of narcissism.
That's how. No, that's how you fall in love with yourself. You see yourself doing and saying good things, and then you can love the character that you are. And it's all by the grace of God, because we don't do the good things if we're caught up in our battles and our worries and our fears. So if we can do good, we should be grateful for the fact that we can do good.
I agree with Jack.
Machines. He's not getting the advice that, dude, peace on earth is in your hands. You can bring. We have the opportunity, and what I think is in line. Where Donald Trump is part of it, clearly, but I believe America has the opportunity to lead the world into.
He's obsessed with Donald Trump.
You don't meet with anybody other than the same folks on the internet that you meet with now. Do you feel disappointed?
Yeah, it won't continue that long, because
what do you mean?
Either I'll run out of resources and I won't be.
Oh, you're not making money?
Fuck no.
You got to make money, Jack.
Jack, you got to make that bag.
Jack, come with us to the debate sphere. You can get a bigger name. You're a really talented guy, but I just think if you shoot too high, I'm just saying as a matter of prudence, if you shoot.
How is he really talented? In what ways?
Too high, it might be better. You know what they tell the black kids when they say, I'm going to be the president of the United States, I'm going to be a big rapper? They go, well, maybe you could work in the music industry. Or you could be, a councilman in the city that you're in. You know what I'm saying?
You are that black
and that's
kid,
not
Jack.
bad advice. That's not bad advice, right? But I understand. Then they go, "You're hurting my dreams, white man. You trying to make me say I can't be whatever I want." And they. But I understand. Then they go, "You're hurting my dreams, white man. You trying to make me say I can't be whatever I want." And they do say, "Yeah, well, you can, probably." You're not tall enough to be in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Here, Ben, I'm
not saying you couldn't, but I'm saying you got to take baby steps.
I'm working on those too. I'm actively, I've gone through the.
I'm going to end it right here, everyone. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.